Alright, we rolling. Alright, this is me talking to you. You know who you are. I know how I am. Talking to you about a topic that was bubbling in my mind, and I haven't had a chance to make a video about it. And that topic is conversion. Namely, how I felt about the Great Commission. Once upon a time, I think after I got baptized from my church, I started to take Christianity much more seriously than before. One of the things that I remember from reading the New Testament was the impact that the Great Commission had on me. And now, me personally, like, I think that talking to people about Jesus was hard and that it was creepy. But at the time, I felt, the push of, I don't want to say guilt, but you know how they said, like, if you're ashamed of me before men, I'm going to be ashamed of you before the Father. So I was like, yo, I can't be ashamed. Anyway, so I tried to talk to a friend of mine about Jesus, and she was like, basically, no. And I was like, come on, and it was crazy. But it felt really uncomfortable because it was like being like a telemarketer. And I really don't like telemarketers for the most part. I used to work at a phone center, ironically, and I disliked calling people outbound, but I don't mind people calling me for help. But what all this has to do with this video is that now, as an atheist, I think about the impact that my conversion had on me. How serious it was, and the transformation, the emotional roller coaster that I went through, and whether or not I want to share that kind of experience with somebody else who is in the middle of faith. I take that very seriously. I used to ponder all the time, what would happen if I shared some information with somebody and they ended up losing their faith and or becoming an atheist, and worst case scenario, perhaps they end up hurting themselves simply because they felt that they've been misled for all these years. I don't know, for some reason, like, I've thought about that very seriously because right now, I'm still very passionate about the effects of religion on our world presently, and how it could affect us negatively in the future. And I kind of go back and forth on whether or not I should basically share that information with some people. As of right now, I'm more relaxed and more laid back as far as sharing any information now than ever, because I respect people's perspectives. At least I'm trying to. Before, I know I was a little bit more abrasive. But I still think about, if I get a hold of somebody asks me a question, I don't hold back. At least I usually don't. So I just wanted to share the video and ask people out there, have they had a profound effect, mostly atheists, on the theist, or maybe the other way around. But I don't think if you become a theist from an atheist, you'd want to hurt yourself. But I would always imagine in my mind a situation where, like, somebody felt like, I've been misled, and they had this anger because I was angry. I was angry, man. I was angry about different things. Just like how easy it was to just kind of like brush away a lot of things that people or I thought to be plausible as a believer at the time. So I take that very seriously. I know the faith thing can be big in people's lives, and I try to handle that with delicate care. Now, if a person wants to come across as cocky or abrasive, then I can usually meet up with them on that level as well. But I just want to see what you guys think about that, and hopefully get some responses because it's important to me. So I'll be waiting, and good night.